were doing about 20K a day, and then I got my Stripe account banned. I'm going from making a couple $1,000s profit a day. Now I'm losing money, $2,000 a day. This dropshipping stuff is just fucking 1 out of 10 opportunity now. It's not a 10 out of 10 opportunity. And so that's coming to this ice bath company. I approached a friend who was doing this and I saw insane upsides, you know.
What was the thing that you knew this is really going to work? Cameron, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good. A little stressed out, but getting through there, you know. Doing the average 22-year-old life in Bali.
We're both in the same age.
Yeah. You're 02, right?
Yeah, 22. We're both. I'm more older, I think.
But older and wiser, or?
We can count that.
Okay.
Bro, I love being around people like you, bro. People like you are always going for shit all the time. I meet you in the recovery sometimes, and you're like, oh, we're building SOPs, we're doing this. I'm like, oh, that's so much speed.
Oh man, it's just my head, you know, like ideas keep on flowing, and it ends up just overwhelming you. But that's what I like. It's such a weird tandem where it's either I feel extremely overwhelmed or I'm extremely excited, but it's both the same energy, and I'm just fucking craving it like an addict. And building businesses, building new things is what I get high off of. So this is my life.
you always have headphones on. What do you listen to in the morning?
Oh, I listen to binaural beats to calm me down. So I do the sauna, so I get a little bit lower, do an ice bath, so I'm at the perfect level of high, and then I start writing down what I'm going to do today. So then I'm both calm but energized and focused. So in the perfect Zen balance, you can kind of say.
Yeah. You are a guy that I couldn't find anything about on the internet.
Yeah.
Rich and anonymous, huh?
Oh, bro. Hey, look at my companies, man. You could probably find some stuff.
I just typed your name and I couldn't find anything on the internet.
Or you could do Cameron Nice running. Then you can see photos when I was 12 winning cities championships. So that's the only thing you probably find.
I saw your Facebook, your old Facebook.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with 500 friends. You were sharing progress pictures of your business, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to be not like a guru or something like that, but I understood how to optimize a business, but I could not get to stage 1. I get to stage 30 very quickly. So I knew how to optimize, but not get the initial ground running. So at the start of my e-commerce or business ventures, I was doing that, where showing these case studies and hopefully finding other people that I could optimize and scale their business for.
You started in the wild world of e-commerce. You are really good at scaling businesses, putting systems in place. That is a skill that is so rare. You are also a co-founder of an ice bath business that is going insane right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
How did you come to care about making money online and e-commerce?
So do you want me to start from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. Let's. So I was in grade 8. I've always been very craving for money. So I used to do stuff that wasn't the most amazing thing for money. I would hustle for money. Like, that has always been something that is lack in my money, in my life. Not from, I guess you could say, my parents had money, but I did not have money. I never felt like I had money. So I as any young guy, I looked on YouTube and I found dropshipping. That was the first thing. And this was back in the 2015-16 days where it was completely the Wild West. Like, you could launch anything with just a white background, free plus shipping, and you could make crazy money. So my first steps was I was in grade 8. Remember, I was in grade 8 and I found this guy called Rory McInerney, this Irish dude. This Irish dude was doing Instagram posts, influencer posts off of meme pages, and basically doing free plus shipping and making a couple $100 a day from doing this shit. So I did it as a grade 8. I launched my first ad. It was a free boxing chain necklace, free plus shipping. I did $200 in that first day, spent $50 on ads. And then I did the same ad and it failed and I just gave up. And I was like, okay, fuck it. That's what happens to everybody. They test it out once. And then, yeah, man, I decided going to grade 12, that was like, fuck it. Like, I know if I go to university, I know I'm never going to have the chance ever again to start my own business because my parents will always push me towards the university direction. So I decided my last year of high school is going to take the year online and just go full into my business. So broke up with my girlfriend, isolated myself, and basically just worked. I woke up at 4 a.m. every single morning. And for the first 4 months, I wasn't making shit. I was losing all my money. I started with $5,000, went to my first, or lost all the way to about $500, then found my first successful product. And in about 8 days, it was doing about $4,000 Canadian a day, making $1,000 profit. Got banned a week later, but like still, I hit my first success. I got that first high. And then basically, all the way up until this period, a lot of different ups and downs, challenges faced. I can go into that if you want, but till now, was doing dropshipping, hit my first very big success in 2022. I basically found European dropshipping. We went from 15 employees to 60 employees at our height and went to doing about $13 million a year in euros. And then shit went tits up in 2023.
That's badass, man.
But yeah, man, like, end of the day, I realize now, even though I did all those numbers, it's not fulfilling, and you're just chasing that next high. You don't feel like you're fulfilled in anything. So that's coming to this ice bath company. I approached a friend who was doing this, and I saw insane upsides, like I could go into details, but insane upsides. And I saw that I could actually, in this cheesy fucking sense, I could make a difference, like it's actually a product that makes people feel good. It actually makes a product where people will use this, like people will actually love this. And it feels good selling something that is actually positive.
So I've never done this type of business, e-commerce, but I've had a lot of friends who did. And the only thing that I hear, of course, beside making money, is that my Stripe got blocked, my Facebook ads is suspended. I have so much competitors on my product now it used to work. How do you tolerate this type of risks?
That's exactly the reason why my business went to shit in 2023. We were doing about $20K a day, and then I got my Stripe account banned. And I was like, holy shit, like I'm going from making a couple $1,000s profit a day. Now I'm losing money because I have an overhead of $2,000 a day. I have to figure out some shit. But over time, you realize that if there's a will, there's a way. You're going to find it out. Most people are just bitches and they quit. Like with the payment process solution, there's now new solutions. With other things, there's other solutions. It's just, the problem is that like, if you look at business, not business models, but business opportunities, this dropshipping stuff is just a fucking 1 out of 10 opportunity now. It's not a 10 out of 10 opportunity. And that's where you're saying with all these risks and all these problems, other competitors coming in, anybody can sell my own product. It's just like, if you tell this to someone, it's like, why the fuck would you go into this red bloody ocean? Find your blue ocean. And that's my biggest tell to say is like, find your fucking blue ocean, because what's going to happen is things get harder and harder and harder if it's extremely easy to get into. And that's what was e-commerce. So at some point, it was super easy to get into. People made a crazy amount of money. And then things got extremely hard. And as I said, all these people are having all these sorts of problems.
Damn, $30 million per year. That's crazy. What was the thing that you knew this is really going to work that got you to $30 million per year? Was it a product, or was it some...
No, it was a system. So everything, I've only made money because of system. So I found that if I tested 10 products in Europe across 8 different countries, if I tested those 10 products and I had a success rate of 15%, don't be a retard, just test more products. So I tested 600 products that year, and everything was custom funnels, custom ads, custom landing page images. And that was the system that worked. But the problem is that we were just throwing shit against the wall. And over time now it gets so competitive where you have to throw better shit. And if you're just throwing low quality stuff against the wall, you're going to have less of a success rate. So that's what ended up, I guess, not screwing me over, but what's ended up was my downside, but was at the upside at that time. So that answers your question.
So how do you choose product? Is there a methodology around it, or just a gut feeling thing?
No, there's definitely a methodology. Like, you need to make sure that your perceived value is high, that your cost of goods extremely low, that the types of ads that you're running, because we obviously find ads from the USA and then we see, okay, hey, is this ad extremely compelling to me? Let me now recreate it within my own fashion with another influencer in another country, and that will 100% bang off. So it's just like looking at the creative that another person's running, because that's 90% of the product nowadays is the creative. Because I've seen products that have died out, but then someone else just has some fucking wacky ass concept and then just scales it to the moon.
Wow.
Like, for example, there's something called anxiety calming dog bed, okay? Mm-hmm. Some person was like, oh, let's do it for cats. It's like some bullshit like that, like
that's crazy.
And then they make a ridiculous amount of money. And I know a lot of guys who've done that. Like, for example, we sell a pheromone perfume. This one, people do it for women, or people do it for men. Track the woman that you want, whatever the fuck it is. But like, it's just, in general, you're finding a different angle. You're finding ads that are untapped, and you're just, how I looked at it is like, you're finding something that was working in another country. You're moving into an untapped country. You're finding a blue ocean. You're testing that product, and if that ocean is correct, that you're going to be able to scale it. And that's how I made all my money.
Wow. So you've made. Let's take me back to that year where you said it crashed down. The business crashed down. How did you feel about that, and what was the action plan?
Well, the big problem why it crashed down, a little bit of personal issues, but majority of it was focusing on way too much shit. And what happened was, I hated e-commerce that much that I was pivoting into fucking AI. I was pivoting into virtual assistant outsourcing. I was pivoting into anything else except for my main business. And what I did to change that around was like, okay, fuck all this other stuff. Let me stop losing money. And then I went back into it. And then I did fuck up. I lost another 150K, but that was another story. But then I went back on, and I started making money basically since September last year. So just recovered after 6 months and then started making good money again. But as I said, I'm throwing that all away. Ice baths are the full focus now, trying to disregard everything else as, there's so many amazing opportunities, but you're going to make every opportunity complete shit if you're not focusing on one.
So now you ditched the e-com business completely?
No, I'll still have that run, but until the ice bath company hits to a certain threshold, then I'll move over, because obviously my overhead is quite a lot for the e-commerce company. And if the ice bath company is not doing that volume yet, I can't transfer over those employees.
It's funny how do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah, I met with Mr. Rowdy.
Mr. Rowdy, and you were talking about a crypto scam that you got into. You remember? I think you lost 15 grand or something. I just came back from Dubai.
No, this was no. James lost like multi-six figures.
Yeah. James lost, but you were too.
Yeah, I was buying something nefarious that I shouldn't be mentioning on a podcast, and I got was I not bait and switched? I was trying to exchange from ERC to TRC and this swap tool. Long story short, I went to Discord. They sent me a link, fake customer service, and my dumbass just... Yeah, I've lost a lot of money from getting scammed. Bear in mind, says, no, I'm not perfect. I made money, but I've lost a lot of money.
But that's how you make money in the first place.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, the more you're willing to try, the more you are going to make. Like, you have to fucking fuck up to make money. 100%.
So I'm so fascinated about this business model that you are in right now, the ice bath. I think I've first heard about it from this podcast, My First Million. They were talking about the cold plunge. Mm-hmm. They're doing insane numbers on their first year. They gave out like 1,000 plunges. And the product is so crazy that it works really well with influencer marketing. So if you guys want an influencer to promote, I'm here.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey man. We have production coming in, so that's actually a thing that we're trying to do, bro. Like, and that's how they fucking did it. Plunge. I'm not gonna be a like a competitor that says I'm gonna be better than them, but it's just they got to the first stage and they gave out the plunge to influencers.
1,000. That's crazy.
But it was like a no-brainer model. You were the first one to, and all these rich people want an ice bath. If you sell 5 ice baths, we make way more money than us giving you one, right? And that's what they did. I don't know if they did it to the level that we want to hopefully do it till, but I think proof is in the pudding. Hopefully I don't fuck up myself.
I've tried the barrel. It's really good product. You already mentioned that it's getting way better now.
Yeah, no, it's really getting really good. My mentor Sai, he's coming in to do the production. So basically, he's completely fixing all the minor issues like plumbing issues. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the back end of it. We're going to get an app onto it and be able to really put this product out there worldwide, as well as we'll be able to service it worldwide. That Plunge cannot do this right now because I think right now before they're manufacturing in China, now they're in America, but depending on how you manufacture it, is the ability to service on the back end, and the way we've manufactured it, we make it extremely easy. If a problem happens, that we're able to fix it. So I'm very, very excited about this opportunity, and we have a lot of unique selling points, and my co-founder Alex started about 2 years ago. He worked through all the kinks and all the errors, and now we're able to really scale. So I'm very, very excited for this opportunity. It's a lot of bumps on the road, you could kind of say, but I think with any amazing business, that's what's going to happen.
What is your focus on the business now?
Oh man,
Are you focused on it completely?
Bro, yeah, no, I'm focused on it like a 90%. The other 10%, I'm trying to just still manage my old business, as I still need to keep the employees active. But it's basically building the entire back end. Is I'm not selling only an ice bath. We're maintaining an ice bath on the back end. Everything needs to have SOPs and systems to run to be able to sell to 400 or 500 units a month, and that's what I kind of came in as the role, is to build out those systems for us to actually scale. It's been probably one of the hardest things I've done because it's building out an entire business extremely quickly to be able to help for that entire scale. But I believe I'm just around the corner, and I'm just trying to focus as I said, to build a system where we're able to scale for the back end. Is this product, it's not like a $30 product anymore. It's a $5,000 product. You have to give amazing service to the people on the back end. And we want to give them better service than the other companies are. We want to have a couple month check-in every single couple months. We want to have maybe gift boxes, cool experiences when you open up the product. Because all these small little details, when you're appeasing to a $5,000, $6,000 client, like, they want to have these additional experiences, and we want to be able to be completely different than the other companies. Is we're making everything here in Bali. We're handcrafting it. We're not getting it from China. We make all the electronics here, and we have a lot of cool shit that's coming out. I just want to get it out there.
That's crazy. So I heard a lot about you in terms of putting systems in place and the SOPs. You're really good at this, but how do you do that? How do you create these things in place in such a massive volume?
Bro, that's I'm having a hard time right now.
Bro, me too. I'm trying to create this for my business too, and I'm like, oh, should we?
Man, what I realized, what I kind of messed up on this business was just the way I built my old business. There were still stages to get to that big scale, right? And what I fucked up right now was I thought of 0 to 500 scale. So when I built the system, it'd go straight to 500. But in reality, I should have done that at stages, where I built to 50, then I built
50 what?
Where we could handle 50 units a month, then build from 50 to 250 units. Because the problem is that if I'm building to 0 to 500, the complexity to handle that's what I was thinking of, is fucking complex. And what ends up happening is you just keep on delaying on different things. You get sidetracked because you have other problems to handle. Then you end up never finishing out the system. it becomes way too overwhelming and it doesn't feel like you got something done. So what I would recommend is to slow it down a little bit. Make it where you have your first goal. That's not your end goal, but that's your first goal. Because once you can get that, once you get someone in the system to at least operate to that level, then you're able to really build on the next level faster. Because as I said, with what I did, I was building a system to 500 units a month versus let's first do to 100 units. And that would take me 1/8 of the time because it's so much easier to not think of all the other specific nuances when you're handling such a complex system that's going from purchase to maintenance to after sale to and just wrapping all of that in with a bow.
It's a big goal to have like 500.
I've created like fucking 80 documents so far.
80? Do you write?
50, 60 documents, something around there. Yeah.
Like written?
Yeah, written documents.
Damn.
Because how I create the structure on this is first there's a customer service and there has to be a financial person and there has to be a delivery and maintenance management person. And you have to make sure that the systems flow from this step to this step to this step. And the thing is that if you have different products needs different questions, when you send it to a purchasing person, sometimes there's installments, sometimes there's buyout after you rent it. So if there's 4 different payment methods, then you have to make sure you're able to map that on the back end. So anyways, it's just, I thought of it way too complex, okay?
It is too complex. What stage in the business people need to start thinking about this? At what stage?
I think you have to make your first amount of money before you're able to do this 100%. But then actually, what I would say is you first want to get some type of way being successful. So if you're running, let's go back to drop shipping. So what that means is you have to learn what's your flow of creating a product, creating ads, launching out the ads, and managing the ads. That's basically 4 different steps. Once you have that 4 different steps and you're actually making profit, then how do you create a system that includes these 4 steps but doesn't allow one person to operate all 4 steps? Because the problem is if one person operates all 4 steps, you're giving away the entire pie to one person, as well as they're probably not going to do as well as if you just specialize on each step. And how I did it was, if you looked at my mass testing dropshipping, I chose the products, I priced the products. I had someone to copyright the product. Then what ended up happening, I had an image editor to create out the landing page images and the image ads. Then I had a video editor to create out the video ads. Then I had a translation team that would then translate all the ads, landing page images to the 6 different countries. And that's how I would launch things out. So I had 6 different teams that would do that in that cycle. And that's how I was able to efficiently, at good scale, launch it out. And at each step, there were managers to double check everything. So that's how I did my system. But then it would just circulate like that. And then obviously media buying, whatever. But how I built that up was doing it step by step. So what I should have done in my case is I should have first, let's get the customer service system done. Once that's done, let's me add on something next, then add on something next.
Yeah.
Instead, I build all 5 at one time, and that's...
It costs you a lot.
What?
To maintain these staff to do this type of thing.
Yeah, I'm like at about 40K burn rate. So not insane amount, but pretty penny, you could say.
Yeah.
There's people spending way more, for sure.
No, that's a lot of burn rate.
Yeah.
But you have how many people on the team right now?
I think it's 35 to 40.
35. You mentioned 50 before.
Yeah, so I fired a big chunk.
Is that because of AI?
No, I actually, I should have incorporated more AI, but no, that wasn't because of it. That was because I realized the mass testing model was not something that was going to work for long term. You have to have higher quality now. So that's what I realized, and that's how I did my switch. Before it was mass testing because you could test out a product. I knew I could make $50,000 to $100,000 in sales. So that would be about $20,000 per profitable product. If I test 10 products, I lose about $3,000 off there. So I always make 15 to 18K every 10 products I test. That's how I looked at it. However, now what's happening is your success rate's going extremely low. So you want to make sure that this product scales for a long time. And what the problem with that is now you have to focus on the creatives versus testing the products. And that's how I basically lost my business, was because I focused way too much on the testing product versus the scaling. And the last 8 months was focusing on scaling, getting better quality, better landing pages, getting better ads, getting UGC, that type of stuff, where I was able to prolong a life of a product for 8-9 months now versus it dying off after 3 months.
So what was the main skills that built the foundation for you to build IcePath now?
Main skills. So like, what do you mean by that?
So when you were building the e-commerce business, what were the foundation skills that you have learned that made you able to scale any business, basically?
I don't know. I would say it this way, but at the same time, this is what's hindered me. So I'll give it to you. So it's hindered me to make hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's done well for me to make my first millions of dollars. So what that is that I take everything on board and I create the systems. I'm the idea guy. So I'm working every single day to fix problems, build systems so other people who are not thinking for themselves, instead just a cog in my system, they're just working. And the problem with that is, or the good thing about that is that if you build a well-maintained system, you're going to be able to always hit this level, right? However, what's going to happen is slowly the competition is going to get creeping up and up. And if the team is never improving, you don't have thinkers on your team, people who are iterating, developing, you're always going to stay like this. And that's what happens to my business, is that my team, they were never iterating, they were never testing. This was always a ceiling. The ceiling was the limit of me. But what I realized, all my friends who are fucking killing it right now, is they have solid guys. Like, they have only 10
A-level talent.
Bro, they only have 10, like my friend Vlad, he only has 10, 15 people. But he's doing fucking a lot of money every single day. I'm not going to put it out there, but a lot of money every single day, because he has killers, bro. He is killer. The Germans, man. Fucking
Germans, man, bro.
Bad, damn, bro. I guess good stock he could sign a stake.
Do you know how does he hires this type of A-level talent? It's a skill.
It's a skill. He said a bit of it. Actually, one of them was going on podcasts. So he was working underneath this guy called Alex Fedotov. He got a couple of good hires through there. But a big thing was actually his staff. He has insanely, how do I say, high requirements for people. Very high. Like he will fire 80-90% of people. Like, he has crazy high requirements. He does pay well to that.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
He has very high requirements. He's very specific in what he likes, and he's built his I don't know his full team anymore, but it was basically 3 people. His first guy basically started working with him from Germany. The other guy, same thing, just friends. And these guys were able to iterate and work underneath him. And actually, those guys are his foundations of the business. He just had people who are like-minded who'd work every day. Like, his main guy, Leon, is a fucking workhorse, bro. Works 8, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, like, gets shit done. And same thing as Vlad. They both work extremely hard, but they people were hungry, young, trying to do well, you know?
Do you think the payment model is also like commission based instead of like a salary? I think that's motivating too. He's using. Yeah,
he is doing scaled based, like, I don't know, maybe percent per money spent or revenue spent, and I do believe that it is extremely valued to have that. It's just being able to, I guess, coordinate their success towards that, you know?
Yeah, I have this idea that I get scammed with many times. So I'm always thinking that if you pay more, then you're gonna receive a lot more value. So what I would do is I would go to agencies, and they suck, bro. They deliver nothing. And lately I've just been hiring from Fiverr, and it's insane amount of value compared to these agencies.
Yeah, man, that's what ends up happening, because just agencies get a crazy bad rep because it's literally just marketing to get someone in, and then you don't really know on the back end if they are good or not. But it's just, and the thing is with these agencies, they're just handling they're handing to run ads to get clients and manage clients to get good results, and it just ends up becoming a shit show. I don't know. I'd be curious. So with regards to Fiverr, I've used that heavily. I've had good experiences, bad experiences. I feel like it's just, you have to go through a lot of people. And on my team, I have about 3 people that are very, very solid. But still, I believe I could get more solid people over time, 100%. That are hungry. Because like that's the whole point, is that if you get comfortable and if these people are comfortable, then they're not going to be pushing themselves every single day to actually do better. They're just going to maintain what's there. And the problem, if they're just maintaining, as a business owner, it's impossible. It's very hard to build SOPs for 8 different areas of your business. You're just going to now be limited by yourself. But what if you could have people underneath you where you're telling them the high level idea and they're implementing that SOP? That would be mind blowing for me. And as I said, that's a superpower of mine, being able to build out systems, but it's a negative of it where it's not allowing me to scale to that next level because I have to empower someone else to do that.
Yeah, did you heard about how AdSense was invented?
No.
I think it's something like I think someone saw like a really bad ad, and he just came to the team and he put it on the whiteboard. He's like, this is a really bad ad. We need to figure out something that is really good. And the team stayed over the whole night and they come out with AdSense, which is like something that fits with what you're delivering on. It's called advertorial, if you heard about it. This is like it used to be in the newspaper. So they would write a whole newspaper about some fashion brand just to sell something at the end. So the team plays really big a big goal. But what is your vision with the ice bath business now in 1 year?
Bro, we have a lot of different things. It's actually, we're moving ice baths, so this will be the first one. I think by this time this podcast comes out, we're moving to Ascendant Life. So that's basically, we're not only ice baths anymore. We're switching into saunas and other technology that's going to help you basically achieve your goals. That's the entire thing. Ascendant is people climbing up, or I forget the definition, but anyways, we're basically helping people to achieve what they want. And the goals of this company is to expand worldwide, basically use what I was able to do with my e-commerce, because as I said, right now I currently sell to 9 countries, and I'm able to build systems and teams for those 9 countries. My goal is to get this main system here in Bali to work and then duplicate it out to all the vacation destinations, to Australia, and be able to really powerhouse scale to everywhere. Because the product, as I said, we're able to maintain it everywhere. And as I said, my skill set is literally just distribution. So that's what I'm scaling. Like that's what I'm good at. So the idea is to scale and do get into physical retail stores, partner with some people. We got a cool couple of partnerships I'll tell you offline that'll come up in the next little while. But yeah, man, get into hotels. We have a lot of hotels. We have W hotels here, Four Seasons, Mamamaka, Biovolo, Karma Kandara, and then I think 5 other hotels after that, a couple gyms here. And we're really just trying to push us to as many people as possible and work with people who have good ideas. Because as I said, who we're selling to is basically people who can help us, right?
That's true.
Like if you think, so I analyze my entire customer database. Okay, 100, we have 100 and I think like 80 people, something around there. And basically what I looked at was that 95% of them are entrepreneurs, okay? Most of them have 1 or 2 businesses, so 2 to 3 businesses. Some of them like are super entrepreneurs. The other ones who are not entrepreneurs are extremely high level, like they work senior executives at banks,
high corporate world.
And it's just like all these people, they all have insane connections. So what we really want to do is how can we work with the people? How can we build a community where these people like us, they refer to their friends? Because this, for example, let's just say you, right? Or let's just say myself, if I really enjoyed a product, I'm in this e-commerce space, I'm able to refer so many people towards this product, right? You have an amazing experience and like you use your ice bath daily. Someone comes in, they're like, oh, I need an ice bath. Hey, just use this because they had an amazing experience. And that's what we want to do. I know, it's just interesting, just looking at your customer list.
I have referred three people by the same product. It was, I think I first heard about the ice bath thing when, with Rowdy. It was exactly when, who's the UFC guy?
Dana
White had the product too. And then my friend, his problem was like, you know what? It takes me 2 hours in the morning to get to the factory to do the ice bath. Sometimes there is a lot of people. Do you know where I can get it? I'm like, yeah, I've had it before. It's really good. And he ended up getting it. So it's just like a referral thing that is working really well between entrepreneurs.
Oh man, it's going to be, and that's what, as I said, that's what we want to do. We really want to maximize that. As all those other plunge companies, they all made it just from influencer, which is really
100%
referral marketing at the end of the day, right? Is word of mouth marketing. That's why I want to do. I want to build up where we have all these clients that are wanting to achieve their goals. And with Ascendant, if you come in as an ice bath owner and you love it, what if then we can sell you a sauna? Because 50% of people are wanting saunas. What if then you want to buy a cold plunge? Or what if you're buying another red light therapy? You'd come to Ascendant versus somewhere else. And that's how I look at it, where it's like the ice bath is the shiny object right now. But then if we build all this client list, customer list with obviously followers, exactly like how you've done, then we can start selling so many other products. We can start partnering up with other people and be able to actually build a superpower of a brand. So
I'm a big fan of communities, man.
Yeah,
they're less easy to maintain. And I've realized early on that marketing and distribution are the biggest essential skills in the world. If you have a good product and no one knows about, then your whole business is basically fucked. So I'm taking so much time. I have a friend who's taking 10 years to do something, but his vision is like he's saying that he's gonna literally spend $10 million and build the next technology that is going to change the world. And that's his vision.
Has he already made money in other things?
Yeah, he made $100 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he can tell me what the fuck I'm wrong. Shit, I haven't made that money. Okay, he can work 20 years and figure out some shit if he's already made that. Okay.
Yeah, but that's I think that's true.
We have no fucking.
I think when you're not in a survival mode, that's where innovation starts. Survival in terms of like money, like I gotta keep this and keep that.
You're not able to think, bro. What I realized, like say today, I was extremely stressed out, and I'm like, this problem is not that hard. I'm just obviously it's a big fucking problem, but I'm just stressing over this. I'm not able to actually be calm and be able to approach it in the best way, you know? Because if you're stressed out, your mind's just racing like this, and then no innovation is going to happen. You're not calm. You're not able to see the ideas, but not have the ideas overwhelm you. If you get what I'm saying. That's
true. And the thing is that the brain really scans negativity. So back in the day, we need to have this like, if you feel like you're in danger, it's going to save you because probably an animal is going to hunt you.
Yeah.
But now we don't need that. It's like you literally. Your brain scans negativity for dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like you're extremely doing well, and you're like, oh, maybe it might be this, maybe this, maybe that. So I feel like when you're not in a survival mode and you have, money that's gonna. The other day I was conversing with my friend that since Elon Musk is the biggest, is the richest in the world, it's gonna take him 600 years if he spend $1 million per day.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
And it's probably going to take me 10, 20 years to spend my money, but I'm still shitting my pants.
Why, bro?
Man, I think that's what ends up happening is the reason why a lot of us being this young to achieve what we have is because of that fear. That's what gets you to the first level, right? But then but that fear is not going to allow you to scale up more, because the thing is that you will have to do bigger and bigger decisions that are going to be way more riskier, but then you have to do those decisions to be able to actually make it work, you know?
Do you think Bali played a big role?
Oh man, 100%. Man, I was fucking back home, Toronto, freezing my ass off, no gym, depressed, ranting about COVID. And then I come out here, I'm meeting people who are in my business, some of them fakers.
Yeah, there's a lot, by the way. But you're good to spot them because you're in the...
No, I've gone scam on a lot of money here because of people. But hey, man.
You learned the harder way.
Well, fuck me out. Hopefully I've learned, knock on wood, you know? I'll probably get scammed more.
Who knows?
But yeah, no. I believe Bali was the best decision I've ever made, because it put me in places where people were so much farther ahead of me. Like my mentor, I don't know why the fuck he's with me, but like I only met him from being here. Or my business partner is not my mentor as well as my friend Alex. I would have never met them if I didn't come here. This ice bath opportunity where he already got Dana White, he already has a beautiful product, he already has a couple influence. Like this opportunity would never happen if I didn't come here. I believe I would still be at home not making that much money because
spending a lot of it.
No, I was I don't want to say Jew, but like I wouldn't spend no money, bro. I would go to like Loblaw. It's like a grocery store, and I would buy 50% off like egg salad sandwiches when I was younger. Anyways, I wouldn't spend any money, but like I would never be put in the place where I could meet people, right? And I don't know how you did it, because I'm assuming you were at home at the start.
Yeah, but I've been here for a year now, and it was the same thing.
Oh, okay.
The same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've barely made. I think I was making like 10K per month at that time. And before I came here. And
did you have the account still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the account was like 2 years old now.
Okay, sick.
But I was doing the YouTube thing. But but it's crazy that you are a 22 years old kid who made $30 million. What is your personal vision? You told me the vision for the ice bath, but what is your personal vision?
Man, I just don't want to be stressed anymore.
Go broke.
Happy, bro. Jesus Christ.
You just need to go broke. It's easy.
No, man. I don't know. I would say like I personally, I want to be able to conquer all of my personal insecurities and be able to conquer everything that is natural to me. Is being stressed. I don't want to be stressed anymore. I want to be able to be better than where I'm at. Is that financially? Maybe. Is that physically? Yes. I just want to be better. Everything in life, I crave highs, and that means most highs are just from being better. And I just want to get better. I want to consistently evolve, because I feel I get actually depressed if I'm not innovating, if I'm not doing something. And maybe that's some fucking deep psychological trauma or some shit like that. No.
That's super Danish.
but yeah, man, that's. I think just being less stressed, achieving my goals, and let's see where the fucking next future goes to.
Do you have a number in mind when enough is enough for you? Maybe.
I wonder.
Money-wise, if you have to think about it now.
Like, I could say 10 million, but like at the same time, that's actually what made me depressed in the first place when I achieved all this money. Because I was like, I thought after becoming a multimillionaire, like actually cash in my hands, I thought at that point, all my problems came away. But then I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I'm not chasing this anymore. I just felt empty. And so it didn't end up being the money. It was just, it was never the money. I don't know how to kind of explain to it, but it was just never the money. Obviously, you have to experience that first to then realize, oh, it's not because of the money. Because obviously, if you are broke right now listening to this and you don't have money, fuck, I've been in your shoes.
Yeah.
If I had 100K when I had no money, I would have been crazy. But what ends up happening is you get readjusted, and that figure does not make you calm anymore, because I am associated with people who have a crap ton of money. So the biggest thing from that is just being comfortable with where you're at. That's a deep philosophical thing, but I would say probably over $10 million. That would be when I would be okay. But to be honest, I want to achieve what my other mentor, my friend Vlad, says is like, he wants to achieve what he's capable of. Like, what is
the limits?
Yeah, what is his limits, like actual limits? Because if he does that every single day in, day out, then he'll be happy. But if you, on your phone, you're not getting anything done, that's where you get depressed, because you're not achieving.
And the thing is, there is a lot of things that are actually rented, that you take your eye out of them, they just kind of fall down, and you need to keep the work to keep them going, like being in shape. There is no, I'm on a 6-pack now. You take out you just go to your shit diet and you're fat again.
Yeah. And man, like, I don't think the whole point is to work until you can retire. Because I feel like, I don't know, man, like technically with the money I have, I could probably invest it correctly and relatively retire, you could kind of say, but I would never feel safe. I would never feel content, because I feel like I would get extremely bored. And that's what I've noticed, and everybody that I've talked to, what ends up happening, if you then get a huge exit, you become fucking depressed, because you're like, what do I do with my life? So I feel like now it's not about where to go to. I feel like it's trying to be in a place where I'm enjoying what I'm working on. I feel like I'm evolving. I feel like I'm giving back. Not giving back to the world, I think. I'm just evolving. I'm doing better.
You're providing jobs.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about what I'm doing. Like, that's why I didn't get from the e-commerce. I just didn't like, if you're selling, and I think every e-commerce person can relate to this if you've achieved at a high scale. Most people who make all the money in e-commerce are selling shit products. Most people will never admit that to you, but I promise you, everybody who's scaling at very large numbers is probably selling shit products, or has a business that they're actually selling great products. The great products. So the weird thing is that the great products is where you can make $100 million plus. Shit products, but great marketing, you could probably do 8 figures a year. And then shit products can probably do up to 8 figures, but amazing products do $100 million plus. And that's why I believe the ice bath is, it's an amazing product. It's an amazing opportunity. That's where I believe you can get to $100 million. But because word of mouth marketing, people come back, and that's how big brands get built up. But most people who are on the shallow level making $100K a month in sales, $1 million a month in sales, they're usually just selling shit products with aggressive advertising and making money off of that. Because, and that's, to be honest, where I think a lot of these dropshippers are at the moment. Is just, they're just trying to find this next hit. They're not confident in what they're selling. They're just trying to make that little bit of money to get out the hood or some shit like that, you know?
What defines a good product in the e-commerce world?
Good product in terms of what ethically is good, or good product in terms of what you should sell?
What you
because those are sometimes two different things. Okay.
Yeah. The one that would give you fulfillment?
Okay, it would be the ice bath stuff. That's what would give me a fulfillment. But if I'm, for example, selling pheromone perfume, or I sell hair removal cream, for example, like, you could say they're okay products, but like, what is the reoccurring rate that's coming back at 4 or 5%? What, like, are these people really raving about these products? No, most of the time you just pay, what my friend calls it, professional yappers, these Instagram influencers, to yap, say, this is the best shit since Frosted Flakes. I don't know, whatever the fuck you're going to put it as. But I think an amazing product is where the person, number one, from your ads and from their marketing, you get extremely excited from it. When they get the product, they're extremely excited to use it, and at the end, they still use it, and then they rebuy again. That's what the best product you could have, with amazing margins, with amazing moat. And that's what I look at the ice bath opportunity. Everything else I've seen before, yeah, some of them have really good margins, but horrible product quality. Some of them have, most of it's like really amazing margins. Product quality is not amazing. Shipping time is 2-3 weeks. You're not getting custom branded packaging. It just ends up, as I said, every single customer ends up having more of a letdown versus being like, I'm actually extremely genuine. And I'm being genuinely saying this as an honest of what I've done in the past. Most people will not admit that.
100%.
But that's basically what 90% of this drop shipping shit is just you're just finding the next product that you think you can sell. You're not looking at what the quality is. You're just seeing, okay, can this sell? Okay, let me copy it. Let me run ads. Let me sell it, and then make some money on the back end.
I have a friend who realized the same thing. He made tons of money with e-commerce. He went to China. He's a computer science student. He ditched the whole thing, and now he's building his first SaaS product, like interior design stuff. He's doing really good, but he was like, I've learned this, but I get no fulfillment for it. He's not after the money. He's already not in a survival mode, and he went all in with software. And that's a genius idea. But what is your message for someone who's starting with e-commerce right now?
I would say, fuck that stuff. I would not do it. I would...
Really?
Yeah, man, honestly, so this is how I look at businesses now. I would have personally, if I was... Actually, you want to say what you would do in Bali here, okay? So what I would do is I would find a service that's here that no one else is advertising. I would start running ads for the service, find ads in another country that's working well, run ads to an untapped market like Bali that the service would benefit from, and you will make probably a couple $1,000s profit a month minimum. So for example, Mint Filters, hair filters here, that's a company. Yeah. They're selling hair filters for like, the advertising cost here is extremely cheap. And that's what I'm saying. It's business opportunities. That's what makes money. So I talked to this guy at the start of the day today, and I'll stop all these tangents. But basically, he runs this repair type business that you get free government grants in the UK for energy or some shit like that. I didn't really understand fully, but basically what happened is that he was running not great ads. I saw the ads. He just had a service and he had some ads that no one else was running to this specific niche, and he was making great money. I can give another example. I run a company called Bali Cargo here, and basically the ads are shit. I do AI translation with my voice, but what other cargo company is shipping to Europe that's running actual any type of ads? None of them. And we're the only ones targeting. So we have a blue ocean where we're getting 40-50 return on ad spend that you would never get in these other countries. But that's because we saw that business opportunity and we tackled it. So what I would recommend people who want this online business is I would try to find something where is a brick and mortar business that you see is doing well, but they're not running paid ads, and no one's running paid ads in that specific area. And I would run ads and hopefully get a commission off each lead. But personally, what I would do is, since I have now money, I would put money into that business, get equity, and then if I hit a certain sales mark, I would achieve more equity. And that's basically what I did with the ice bath business, is that I put money in. I believe because of what I can bring to a table, I can scale it up, and that's where I get more equity, and that's what's extremely valuable. So that's what I would personally do. Or ask Abby for a job. I think he is hiring right now. He really wants...
looking for A-level talent.
Yeah. I was gonna say unskilled workers that are cheap.
That cheap. No. I've learned the same too. Like A-level talent is what's going to do it for you. Otherwise, you would just end up managing people, which is a nightmare.
And that's what I'm basically doing. But you live and you learn, man. I think you go through cycles in business, and the good news is that we're young, extremely young. We can continue fucking up, man. Like, there's people who lose all I could probably lose all my money in 5 years. Who would have known? But I would hopefully hope that I would make all that money back with the skills I have. But the thing is that the risk that you risked it for the biscuit to get into this, into the business or into this life that you have no clue is going to work out. I believe in all other steps in life, if you lose your money, if you lost a girlfriend, whatever, you're going to be able to make it all back.
100%.
Always.
I asked a friend of mine, Alex, And I was like, what is your goal for the next year? And he said, I want to do a $50 million mistake. I'm like, what? Like, that's literally what he's thinking about. I want to make a big ass mistake.
Why?
Because if you make a $50 million mistake, you're probably going to make 200 million or something. Like,
Interesting.
That doesn't make sense, but I feel like if you look at your problems 2 years ago, what would they be? I don't know what meal I need to eat by lunch. The bus is gonna go away. I need to catch it's stupid problems. But the problems you have now are crazy, big ass problems. The size of your problems, I think I can ask someone the type of his problems and they can see what the level he is.
Yeah, no, I know where you're going at, where it's basically your problem, the more money you make,
Yeah,
the more
100%.
problems you have, and the level of complexity and difficulty of those problems will continue going. And that always happens. Like, I only have a couple people who are extremely wealthy, and the amount of problems that they have faced are fucking ridiculous. And the amount of problems I've faced have been ridiculous, but what ends up happening is if you just keep on going through them, you'll go through them. It just ends up being you just have to eat shit and you'll be able to solve any problem that comes through you. And if you don't have that mindset, you'll probably never make it.
What do you think is the big limiting belief that most people have in this world?
That they can't do it. And I believe you have to have some insane negative in your life to be able to go forward positive. I can give you an example. When I was younger, I got bullied, and basically I was a fatter kid, had less confidence, whatever. And basically this bully was a runner. Okay. So this guy would consistently win championships, city championships or whatever. And basically I got so obsessed on running within the first year, I beat him and I set another city record. And then basically after that, I was always coming first place. So from cities, 400 people running against me, I'm coming first, 100 meters behind me. And I found that first hit where if I worked hard towards something, I could win. And when I got that rush. You get the tingle behind your neck of winning. Then now I could be able to apply that to everywhere else in life, because at one point I was that fat, chubby kid who was coming 150th in the race. But because I worked hard, I was able to get to that destination. And I believe most people have never worked extremely hard in their life. Most people haven't gone that other win. And you just have to try and be able to push your limits. Like bodybuilders who get very fucking big, every single set you can see in their fucking face that they're about to die. But the more they push, the more muscle they make. And you can just see that. And it's the same thing with business people. The more
you see the first win. I've had Simon on the podcast too, and literally the thing that got him the success he is right now is literally just winning a competition of bodybuilding. He first competed, and he was doing drugs and completely different life that he is right now. Completely different from the first win he had for competing this fitness competition. And I've learned something recently, which is it's better to fail and know the reason rather than succeed in it not knowing the reason. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you get some type of success and you think that maybe it's just because I have a good product or I have something that is going well for me. But actually, if you really, really think about it, most of the time it just putting more hours into it, more risks. And I had the same thing where in my hometown, for example, I had nothing interesting going on, and I would just work really, really hard. And here, when I come here, for example, in Bali, that's some of the downsides. You get trapped with a lot of networking and a lot of friends and a lot of I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you forget that literally the thing that gets you the success you are in right now is literally just putting more hours into it.
It is putting a lot of hours, but it is as well thinking of how do you get there. And that's why I said with business opportunities, you could put, at one point in 2016 for e-commerce, if you could run shit on a stick and make millions of dollars. If you look at the ads back in 2016, they were basically ripped TV commercials, one image, and they were scaling like crazy because that business model was untapped. So you could put 1,000 hours and be able to make $1 million. Like the average was not the average was doing that, but you get what I'm saying. But then you could put it in a different model where, let's just say you're making slushy cones on the side of the road. That business, you're probably going to be fucking maxed out very quickly. So you have to you have to think as well. It's not only about hours, I believe, is you know what I'm saying? Like, because for example, this dude, if you don't know, this guy goes on 3-day meditation, 3-day retreats or 7-day retreats every 90 days just to think before he acts.
You're talking about me.
Yeah, I'm talking about this guy. This guy is a 22-year-old who just goes on a think week and just tries to think and plan, because that makes sense, right? Because your time will be so much more effective. So I believe it goes hand in hand. You can't be a brute dumbass to get to this level. You have to think as well as brute force.
Do you take vacation time?
Man, I think I need to a little bit. I'm burning out. Yeah, man.
Should we take a race in car racing in France?
I don't know how to drive a car.
Me too. I don't have a driving license either.
I bought one here though, so.
How? I want to. I literally was in Malaysia.
You are
waiting for grabs and stuff like that. I need to buy one.
Well, it's buy one. But you buy one, but you don't know how to drive a car.
I know, but how did you learn?
How did I learn how to buy one? I just asked a friend, and he's like, "Oh, go to Made and pay him $100."
Made, it's always Made.
Driver license.
How's your routine looks like right now?
So what I'm trying to do right now is wake up about 5 a.m. and then eat, and then I want to walk on the beach, and then I do sauna, ice bath. Write down my work for that day, and then work to about 12, eat, walk again, sauna, ice bath, write down what I'm gonna do, work till about 5 o'clock, and then go work out. And then that would be my perfect ideal day. Usually doesn't go exactly that way, but what I realized with my crazy fucking brain, obviously I have a lot of ideas, I'm trying to organize a lot of things. I have to be able to still maintain being extremely calm to be able to do what I want to do. And as I said, the sauna and ice bath has been a true saver to be able to reset and do what I want to do. So that's why with routine is everything, I believe.
Thank you very much for this sauce that you have dropped today. Really, really, really happy about this, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good, man.